So the question is, what would you like to see change in the education system, and how would you propose that we go about doing that?
There's so much that can be done. And, you know, first of all, the one thing I wish they would stop doing is funneling these kids that they say cannot learn into special education. I loathe that with a passion, because the problem is have this preconceived notion of these kids thinking that they are, quote unquote, incapable of learning. So what that does is that it gives them this carte blanche to throw them into special education when in reality they might not even need it.
Yeah.
But if anybody really wants to know what that's for, it's all about the almighty dollar. Let's keep it real. I wish that they would stop letting our black and brown kings and queens be treated like a dollar sign and be treated like a person. Let's stop this. Because the number of black and brown kings and queens that are in special education across this country is astronomical. And I really wish that they would just stop doing that. And part of the reason that I think that should happen now, do I think that special education should exist? No. I think that's obviously an important thing. But it shouldn't be a punishment.
Right.
I tell my students who are in special education, I tell them, they put you in special education, I try to make it very different. I say, you're not in special education because you're capable. You're in special education because you have a special ability that needs to be honed.
Yeah.
You have a gift that is burning inside of you, and it's up to me to drag it out. Sometimes that means I have to drag it out by force. And you might not like that. But the whole point is that I want it to be out of you. I don't want it to be sitting down in the pits of your soul.
Right.
Never, because here's the thing, it's in the pit of your soul, begging, aching, screaming to come out. But it's up to someone who cares about you enough to get it out of you. Mm-hmm. And I just so wish that they would stop doing that to these kids. Like, stop. Like, it's enough is enough already. Another thing I think they need to do in the education system is they need to have, and Amanda, you'll appreciate this, they need to have a bigger emphasis on the arts. There needs to be a bigger emphasis on the arts. I'm talking art, music, dance, physical education. There needs to be more emphasis because, my God, these kids have enough pressure on them with standardized testing as it is.
Right.
Art, when I was in school, was something that allowed me to explore my creative juices. It allowed me to have something to feel free, feel like I was doing more than just opening up a book and trying to memorize all this stuff at once. And now, as a teacher, sometimes I feel like I'm teaching to a test and not teaching to teaching to give these kids knowledge. Now, I'm not saying that the tests aren't important, but do I really care about a test score? Because no, a test score doesn't make a student.
Right.
It really does not. A test score is a number. That kid, that child is way beyond more capable than the number that's on a standardized test for math or ELA, or whatever the case may be. I wish that there was more emphasis on the arts, because there are so many talented young people out there who can draw, who can sing, who can dance, who can shoot a basketball, hit a baseball, throw a football, catch a football, know the newest TikTok craze. But the point I'm making is that there's so much out there for them to help foster their learning so much faster. Why pull us away from them? Mm-hmm. It's not fair to them. Not to mention, it's not fair to the educators out there who have the gift of the arts to give to young people. Come on, man. Like, let's just stop playing.
It's very much like, I feel that they tell us that, you know, certain fields or whatever aren't, you know, that we always grew up thinking like those aren't going to make us any money, those aren't going to get us anywhere successful, you know, like the more creative side of things. So yeah, I feel like there's definitely a heavy emphasis on.
Some, I mean, some of the best choreographers and artists and everything that I know of, they tell me that the reason that they were able to be so successful is because there was somebody behind them that educated them and like made them realize that their talent and their gift was important. But what I am saying is that our youth needs some time to feel as if they are free from the everyday stresses of being a student in today's day and age.